You're listening to Moment of Truth, a weekly challenge from the front lines of faith, as heard on Courageous Christianity with Richard Mendelow, a radio show and podcast about real faith for the real world.
Today, our Moment of Truth comes from Romans chapter 12, verse 21, which says, "Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good." We talked early on in the show about the verbs of the Bible. Overcome evil. My friend's mom, who thinks that God will sort it out. If God was going to sort it out, why does Romans 12:21 say, overcome evil with good? That's a verb. It's an action word. Warriors are men and women of action. As you may know, this is the verse of our ministry, Courageous Christianity, and I believe it speaks to our need to resist the efforts of the world to conform us to evil, while at the same time conducting offensive operations as we overcome evil with good. And as I've said before, to be a Christian warrior, you must engage in defensive and offensive operations, defending who and what you are, so that wherever your life takes you, you have something to give away when the time comes, and so that you can shine the light of Christ with integrity. And I'll give you an example of how that looks. I have friends who've been flying fighter attack jets off aircraft carriers in the Middle East, conducting offensive air operations against Iran as part of Operation Epic Fury. In fact, the last aircraft carrier that I landed on, the USS Abraham Lincoln, is in the Arabian Sea right now in support of those air operations against Iran. That evil regime, which has violently subjugated the good people of Iran under the iron fist of religious extremism, has emphatically and repeatedly threatened the world, the United States, and Israel since it stole power in 1979. Now, it's on the edge of having nuclear weapons and medium-range ballistic missiles, which can go over 2,500 miles, and as I said earlier, that's enough to reach the major capitals of Europe. Until recently, Iran denied this capability. It lied consistently. And strangely, to this moment, many believe Iran's lies rather than the unabashed truth of decades of malignant behavior. Jesus could have been talking about the government of Iran in John chapter 8, verse 44, when he said, "You belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning, not holding to the truth, for there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native language, for he is a liar and the father of lies." Evil knows no truth. It doesn't create anything. It doesn't build anything. It doesn't heal anything. It doesn't improve anything. It can only take what has been made and pervert it, destroying everything good along the way. Contrary to the protestations of the government of Iran, there is no love of God which would cause you to murder your own people. There is no love of God which would cause you to rape women. Radical Islam and its terrorism are not about God, they're about exporting murder around the world. The people waving banners in the United States, which support it, are at best ignorant, and at worst, dupes of the devil and enemies of our opportunity to defend the world against extremists. The devil has never created anything. All he can do is work to pervert and destroy what God has created, and he does this through those he misleads. In the same way that the U.S. must oppose the malignant regime which rules Iran with a murderous hand and which exports violence through terrorists, we, as Christian warriors, must oppose the evil in our own lives and our own nation in order to preserve our ability to act decisively on the world stage. Offense and defense, defense and offense. America must preserve the virtue of this nation and our Constitution, or we will be unable to confront the evil the devil exports to our people and the world through his terrorists. Offense and defense, because evil must be opposed. and it won't always be opposed by other people. At some point, you will have to take a stand to defend the things you value: the truth of God, your faith, your nation, your family, virtue, and the Constitution, or there will be nothing left. And you will have to do it in a way that glorifies God, or you will be as bad as the enemies of God. You have to stand for the right thing in the right way, or you will be helping to destroy that which is good and precious. And that's courageous Christianity.
This has been your Moment of Truth. To hear the full conversation, visit courageouschristianity.today/listen or search Courageous Christianity with Richard Mendelow wherever you get your podcasts.